Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm your English language teacher from Campus 1, Standard 6, Sharmin Rahman. I hope you all are well in this Ramadan month, in this holy month. Please keep on praying for our world, for the country, and I hope you all will stay at home. Don't go out, okay? Let's just begin with the topic. So the topic is on chapter 8 and 9, which is present tense. So the worksheets are given 23 and 24 based on these chapters, okay? So before starting, I want you to know what is tense and the three categories of tenses. Tenses demonstrate the time of an action. The action is also called a verb, right? So verb in a sentence usually performed by or centered around the subject of the sentence. That means the verb is an important part of a sentence, which makes sense, right? Which tells you what the subject is doing. So verbs change according to tense and other issues, and tenses are mainly categorized into three types. The types are present tense, past tense, and future tense. So today our topic is on only present tense, right? So let's move on to present tense. Present tense. Each of the types of tense has four different forms as well as present tense. The present tense four different forms are simple present, progressive continuous, that means continuous, right? Present continuous tense. So we can say present progressive tense also. Number 3, present perfect tense, and number 4, present perfect progressive, which also called say like present perfect continuous tense, right? So let's move on to simple present and present progressive first. Before starting, I have already told you in classes that before starting the tense, don't hesitate, just don't go for the book. First read the structure, just go for the structure, just remember the structure of the each sentences so that it clear up the how to write the sentence perfectly. So go through the structure first. The structures, I want you to write it down in your notebook or exercise book and then practice, okay? So first, simple present, the structures is subject plus verb, a verb in base form, okay? And please look at this star mark here. Don't bother about it. I will tell you about this star mark. Just go through the structure first. Subject plus verb, base form, and object plus etc. and then example. The example is the doctor needs personal protective equipment at work. I know you have heard a lot in newspaper or news like PPE, doctors in PPE. So what is the full form of PPE? The full form of PPE is personal protective equipment. Now, okay, you got it. So the doctor needs personal protective equipment at work. So we have used the base form of need, right? So if look at the star mark here. So subject, when the third person singular number, when the subject is in third person singular number, we will add with the verb s or es. Is it clear now? So the doctor was a singular number, right? Third person singular number. So we added here with the verb s. But what if the doctor was doctors? That means plural subject. So that time we won't use or add s or es or with the verb. See, doctors need personal protective equipment at work. Moving on to present progressive, that means continuous tense, right? The structure is subject plus am, is, are, which is our to be verb, right? Helping verb plus verb, main verb, and with the main verb we will add ing plus object plus etc. The example is he is wearing a mask to protect himself from the infection. We are also wearing a mask, right? Don't forget to wear a mask. So he is wearing a mask to protect himself from the infection. Okay, so next move on to when to use simple present and when to use present progressive, our continuous tense, right? So simple present, when something happens always, regularly, sometimes, or never, etc. Example, she always uses hand sanitizer. She is using hand sanitizer always. So here we have used simple present only, right? She always uses hand sanitizer. And in present progressive, what if the sentence was in present progressive? See, use for temporary situation, when the situation is in temporary, right? She is using hand sanitizer to remove stains. She is using hand sanitizer to remove stains. That means it's a temporary situation. She is using it now and to remove stains. It's a tip, okay? Take it and tell your mother also. Okay, so next move on to the same thing. When it is a fact or general truth. When it is a fact or general truth, we will use simple present. Example, the earth revolves around the sun. And in present progressive, when something happening right now, you know, it's a plus point for COVID-19. I want to give you a positive side also. The earth's ozone layer is healing itself. Do you know it? It's a positive sign, so we should appreciate it also. Okay, so timetable and schedules. The supermarket opens at 10:30. Here also you will use simple present. What if it is present progressive? A plan for the near future. If you are planning for something for near future, you will write in present progressive tense. I am going to buy groceries tomorrow. Okay, so next move on to present perfect tense, right? So present perfect tense refers to an action or event that is on past, is connected to present, that happened in past but connected to present. It is formed using has or have. Look at the structure here. Subject plus has or have plus verb. Verb will be in past participle form. Okay, so plus object plus etc. Example, the doctor has taken. So we know the verb take past participle is taken, right? The doctor has taken sample for the test. Next, present perfect continuous tense. Here, present shows that an action that began in the past is still going on in the present. Do you get it? Again, I am saying it. An action that began in the past and is still going on in the present. Okay. So here is the structure: subject plus has been. Here is a different, right? Has, we have added has been, have been, plus verb ing plus object plus since or for plus duration or time. I will explain it later. Just look at the example. The doctors have been taking samples from the patient since March. So here you can ask, ma'am, how can we say that when to use since and when to use for, right? So I have also planned for that. I will tell you also about since and for. So the uses of since and for. First of all, look at the for uses. When to use for. Okay, it will be very simple. It will be very easy to understand. Please look at it. So when it is showed period of time, number or time word, time in words, right? So examples: 10 minutes, 8 hours, 5 days, 6 months, 10 years. So for since, starting point, a time or a date. Starting point, suppose like the end of the last century. A time like 8 o'clock, a date Monday, February or 1971. So this type of words will be written at the end, and then before that you will write since. Is it clear now? So please keep on practice at home. Do lots of practice and try to use these tenses, these structures to make your creativity writing also, to make sure that you write a lot of sentence, create a lot of sentence, and also please in your insert this type of structures in your creativity part also, okay, in compositions. I have told you a lot of times in your classes. Okay, so this is the end of this lecture. Thank you so much. Stay safe and stay home. Okay, bye.